Howdy people, it's Mick. And I'm here to talk about a video that I uploaded almost 2 years ago, and for some reason YouTube decided she was just gonna wrap her up in a pretty box and ship it to every fucking college student in the country. Pressure's on a little bit, like a French press. I've never had French press. I don't even know if pressure is a thing in it. A lot of you have been asking about where I am, how I am, if I made friends, why I ever got a nose piercing. The answers to these questions are complicated, okay? Let's just start with how I view my attitude back in that video. Honestly, I just rewatched it for the first time, probably in almost 2 years, and you know, I'm not that disappointed in myself. What I would change is that I would just talk to people more, because that seemed to be a big thing. Even now, though, I'm not a big one for socializing, but I feel like I must. That would be my recommendation to my old self, is just start talking to people more. Nobody really cares that much. But also, you know, I get that I felt like talking to people was forcing them to, you know, socialize with me, forcing them to like me, which, I don't know, kind of still feel like that. But I was alright. I was alright. It was alright. So I guess let's keep it short and sweet and get into it. How I made friends. So that video was uploaded in like October or November sometime, I don't know, first semester. And in case you guys didn't know, I am a DJ at my university's radio station, and I'm also on the production team, which means we set up live shows and we like set up the microphones and the lights, and it's really cool and I love it, and there's some awesome people in it. There was no real way for me to talk to these awesome people until there was eventually an actual event thrown. I didn't have a ride, and a girl volunteered to drive anyone who didn't have a ride, and she was a freshman, and she drove all of us other freshmen who didn't have cars, and it ended up being a really awesome time, just me and the gals in the back of this girl's car. It was at the end of that night that I believe I suggested we all go to a house show together. There was a venue there that would throw shows, you know, with bands. We all worked at the radio station, so like makes sense, and so I just threw it up in the air and was like, hey, if we ever want to go to a show, you know, we should go together. Unfortunately, that was right before winter break, and so I had to go the whole winter break without seeing them, and me in my mind, I'm just already like, yeah, we're gonna detach. But luckily, when we came back to school, I mean, we didn't talk much, none of us did, until there was a show when one of us DM'd each other and was like, hey, let's go. And then we went. And then we went to another. And it just grew into a friendship, you know? I actually had re-downloaded Snapchat and deleted everyone from my hometown off of it. Everyone off. Except people who went to the university with me. And so I kept them in contact over the summer, and then when school started up again back in 2019, August of 2019, we all met up and hung out, and it was just a jolly time. Here's a photo of me and my friends at Halloween time. We went as the Powerpuff Girls. Well, we didn't go anywhere, but we dressed up as the Powerpuff Girls, but like make it edgy, and it was great. It was great. So that's not where I am now. That's where I was my sophomore year of college. I lived with some girls. I moved out of the dorms. I moved into a apartment, and then COVID came and I went home and I'm fine. Yeah, so that's where I was sophomore year of college. I had some friends. Was I going out every night? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But I had my friends, and I didn't need to see them every day to not feel lonely, and that was awesome, and I love them, and I am so thankful. for them. There's another friend that I made, and she's like one of my best friends. Her name's Haley, and she was actually an intern under me at the radio station, and I just kind of kept on texting her, and then we became really good friends. We'd go out to dinner and stuff, and it's great having friends. Let me tell you, son, it's great, but I'm also still very comfortable with being lonely. I mean, what great training for COVID, man. I'm used to being by myself so much, so. So firstly, I want to apologize for my lack of energy. For some reason, I had a very difficult time filming that video. I don't really know why. A bitch had no energy. I actually refilmed it with more energy, but all the audio on that disappeared, and so this is what we're left with, and I can't bring myself to refilm that. And so there's a quick summary of how I made friends / where I am now. Part of me really wants to continue making videos, and then another part is like, wow, this is really scary and I don't know how to handle it. But I am very thankful for everyone who has been so kind to me and kind to each other. Y'all are just the best. And I'm sorry if this wasn't as detailed, in depth as you guys would have liked, but again, for some reason, it was very difficult to film. Thank you guys for everything. If you want to follow me on Instagram to see what I'm up to, my Instagram is Mackenzie Thompson. Thank you. Bye.